Pacific, and we had three majors at one point yesterday.
We still
do,
have
right?
three majors, two in the Central Pacific and one in the Eastern Pacific. Incredible stuff here. Now, if you remember, we actually just had a record last week for the record number of hurricanes this far into the season in the Central Pacific. We just added another with Ignacio. Then we've got Jimena, and then we've got Invest 97E. Now, you'll notice we also have Hurricane Fred out here off the coast of Africa, but let's talk about the Pacific because this is mind-boggling, and we also want to let you know what's happening for Hawaii here in the forecast. There's Kilo. Remember Kilo? This was the tropical depression that has, you know, the saying that you're slower than molasses. That's Kilo because it just has been moseying out here for weeks out in the Central Pacific, finally gaining that strength, and now a major hurricane at Category 4 strength. This right here is Ignacio. This is not quite that strong, not quite as strong as Kilo. It is still a major hurricane with 115-mile-an-hour maximum sustained winds. The hurricane hunters did investigate that, said, hey, you know what, that eye is a little exposed, especially on the southeast side. And you can tell it's also being impacted by wind shear because see these clouds head in that direction? That's out of the southwest that we have that wind shear. So this is going to be something that is on the weakening trend. And then look at this beauty, right? This is Jimena, and this is an absolutely gorgeous storm right now. Very symmetric, very cold, central dense overcast, that beautiful eye, and even a secondary eye wall there. It's gorgeous, but not a problem for Hawaii right now. Look at this, three major hurricanes at once for the first time on record in the Central and Eastern Pacific, ever. First time that's ever happened. So this is going to be an interesting year when we get to the end of it to see how it stacks up against others. Look at the forecast cones. So you'll notice that because we have a ridge that's going to be hanging out and then look to the north here, that's our driving pattern, right? So this is going to keep Ignacio north of the Hawaiian chain, should do the same for Jimena, and we eventually are going to see this weekend, both of these weekend actually, while Kilo remains a major hurricane just wandering by itself out in the middle of the Central Pacific. So that's good news. I think our main concern is going to be some wave action on the northern edge of this Hawaiian chain. And you know what, Jen? I think some surfers might be happy to see some late summer action because they usually don't get it until the winter. It has been warm in the Northeast. In fact, in New York, look at this stat. 52 days in a row that you've been over 80 degrees. That's record breaker. The last stretch you had was actually only 41 days. That was in 2011. So you have shattered that record, and we're going to just keep on keeping on. Look at this, 90s all the way through Wednesday. So the heat stays, like we were talking about, the focus of it really kind of moving over to the Northeast later we get into the week, but still 12 degrees above average today in the city. If you're in D.C., you're 9 degrees above average at 94 degrees hanging out today. Even Pittsburgh getting in on the action, 88 tomorrow. Burlington, woo, 17 degrees above average at 91 degrees for you this week. So we've got a lot of warmth on the way. DC, your average high is 84. You're going to be about 10 degrees above that through the middle part of the week, which I think that folks are happy to soak up summer, but not whenever your suit is sticking to you.
I know, and it is back to school for a lot of kids too, either this week or next week. So